we're gonna make everything from scratch. Everything that I'm eating today is going to be from scratch. Usually I make things from scratch anyway, so it shouldn't be that hard, but I'm just interested in seeing how much I'm actually spending making these things from scratch. So towards the end of the day, we're gonna count everything that we used and we're gonna add it up. So the first thing that we're gonna make is really simple. It's gonna be pancakes, and I'm gonna tell you guys all the ingredients. I'm gonna show you guys all the ingredients that I'm using, and then towards the end of the day, I'm gonna count them all up for you and see how much we've used. Or maybe I'll do it somewhere in this video as I'm using it and editing. I'll add the prices of everything that I'm using. So let's start with breakfast. While my hair is doing what it's doing, I'm trying to get it back to what it was. It's super dry, so I put an oil mask in and I'm letting it sit. So while I'm making breakfast, I'm just gonna let that sit in there. And yeah, let's get started. So I started out by mixing my dry ingredients, and I was able to calculate the price of the flour that I used in this, but the baking soda and baking powder were a little harder because I don't remember how much I bought them for. I bought them so long ago, but Target sells it for really cheap, a box of baking soda for like 99 cents, and the amount that I used was so little that it doesn't even make a difference in this whole calculation. So for the wet ingredients, I used Greek yogurt and condensed milk, like a tablespoon of condensed milk. You don't have to add condensed milk if you're already adding sugar, but I accounted for it in this recipe. I like to add some Greek yogurt for some extra protein. It also makes the pancakes softer. If you don't have buttermilk at home and you want something similar to that, you can always mix yogurt and milk together. When I mixed the dry and wet ingredients together, I did add some more milk. So in total, I added 1.5 cups of milk, and I used vanilla extract and almond extract. You don't have to add these if you don't want to. I didn't count them in because I don't remember how much I paid for them. I believe I got the almond extract from Amazon and the vanilla from Target. Here I'm making some starter because I want to start making sourdough bread again. It's cheap to make and much healthier than the processed bread that we buy in the store. But back to the pancakes. If you want to take things a step further, you can add rice flour. This makes the pancakes so soft and fluffy. I like to make some small pancakes for my son and big ones for me and my husband. I use the second half of the batter to make some chocolate chip pancakes because those are my favorite. I batch make and freeze, or I leave it in my fridge and use it throughout the week. I give my son some with fruits. I eat some myself, and also my husband likes them as well. It's gonna be a lot of calculations. It cost me $4.96 to make 32 pancakes. So I was going to make the flour tortillas for lunch today, but it's actually a nice day outside, so I want to take my son out to the park, and then I'll come back around 4 or 5 o'clock. So instead of lunch, I'm gonna make it for dinner. I usually skip breakfast anyway. I skip breakfast and I just eat lunch and then dinner and then snacks in between. So I'm gonna go outside and enjoy this weather. Hope my son gets a good time in the park, and then I'll be back. This pack of chicken wings was $5.91, but I used half of it before, and now I'm going to use the other half. Here I'm just seasoning it with some sofrito, chicken bouillon, black pepper, garlic powder, chili powder. You can season it however you want, and I'm gonna pop these in the oven. But before that, I'm gonna let them sit for a little while. We just got back from the park, and I was gonna make the flour tortillas, but then I realized that I don't have enough flour. So instead, I'm gonna make some baked wings, maybe some baked barbecue wings because I have some barbecue sauce. Or I could try to make the barbecue sauce from scratch. So that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be wings for tonight, and then maybe some other time, which I have the wings will be marinating. And then maybe tomorrow, I'll try to do the flour tortillas for lunch. Since we didn't get to do lunch today, I'll just do it tomorrow. So I'm gonna put him down for a nap, and then I'll be back. So the wings are in the oven. I think that's just gonna be like a snack. And then I will heat up some roasted chicken that I had roasted. I have a separate video on how I did that. I already cooked 2 cups of rice, and I'm gonna now make some veggies to go with the rice. So I'm going to heat up that chicken, just gonna pop it in the air fryer, and then that's dinner. Like, I'm just gonna have the wings on the side because it's just 10 wings, and I don't think 5 wings each is gonna be enough for us. It's 11 wings, but still, I don't think it's gonna be enough if I give my son 1 and then we have 5 each. So let's go make the veggies, and then I'll show you guys a video of the chicken that I had included in all of this. And if you want to know how I made that, you can go to the other video and check that out. So let's get going with the veggies. And I'm starving right now because all I ate was pancakes from earlier. I was outside like the whole time, so I didn't really have anything aside from, I didn't even have anything to drink. So let's hurry up and do this. I'm going to use this leftover green beans that I have. It's half a bag of green beans that was in my freezer. So the chicken that I roasted the other day was like inspired by a recipe from my country. Like the Chinese, Asian people in my country roast their chicken that way. So the green beans that I'm making is like something similar to go with that, and it's very simple. I'm just using some garlic, butter, some soy sauce, and some chili garlic sauce. You don't have to add this if you don't want to, but I feel like it gives it a distinct taste. To give it some sweetness, I added a tablespoon of honey, and the total of these beans was really cheap. It came out to be about $1.62. So for the chicken wings that are in the oven, I'm making some homemade barbecue sauce, and I keep it really simple. I just use ketchup, a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. This is molasses. You don't have to add this if you don't want to, but I've seen Jamaicans add it to their barbecue sauce, and I tried it, and I personally like it. My grandma sent me this, so I have no clue how much it costs, and I can't add it to the total, but if you want to leave it out, you can. The ketchup is already sweet, but I like it a little sweeter, so I added some honey. You can use whatever seasonings you like. I use garlic powder, a little bit of chili powder, and some paprika as well. I also add a little bit of bacon fat if you have that. It gives it like a smoky taste. This cost only 46 cents to make. So moving on to the chicken. I bought this chicken for $10. It was like a whole chicken, and I cut it in half and roasted it in 2 different styles. This is the Asian roasted chicken that I was talking about from my country. If you want the recipe for this, I have a separate video. I'm not gonna go into all the ingredients that I used for this because I don't remember how much I used of each ingredient. Using half a chicken was only $5.47. Adding the green beans and the rice brought my dinner to $7.53. This was so good. It's one of my favorite dishes because it's so light and it's healthy. It's not too fatty, and I love how all the spices come together. So the wings are now out of the oven, and I'm just going to mix in some barbecue sauce and have that on the side. Again, super cheap. It was like $2.65. So today's the next day, and we're gonna try to make the flour tortillas today. I'm just gonna add it up to what we did yesterday, even though I didn't eat it yesterday. It's just because I said I was gonna make tortillas and I wanted to try to make it from scratch anyway. Let's get started with these flour tortillas. Making these flour tortillas was super easy. All you need is flour, baking powder, some sort of grease. You can use butter or oil. I use both in this case, and some water. And then you knead it for a little while, and then after that you're just gonna make little balls. You're then gonna roll out your tortillas. In total, I made 12 tortillas. They turned out to be super soft. I was super impressed by the taste as well. I think I will always make these from scratch from now on. It tasted really good with everything else that I made. If you want to see how I ate these tortillas, I have a different video coming up, so stay tuned for that. If I add the tortillas up to the day before, everything I ate cost me $17.84. Much cheaper than any takeout. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.